Hello everyone and welcome back to Fliks Picks, your streamlined Overwatch League analysis and predictions channel. Now before I get started, I'd like to preface this video by saying that these games today should be insanely entertaining and it could very well be the best day of the entire Overwatch League. Now with that said, let's talk Stage 4, Week 3, Day 2. Game 1 will see the London Spitfire against the Boston Uprising. They will be fighting it out on Blizzard World, Horizon Lunar Colony, Oasis, and Dorado. As for the map stats, Blizzard World sees London sitting on a 2-4 record, while Boston have 3 wins, 1 tie, and 2 losses. Horizon Lunar Colony looks great for London, 7-1, and Boston also looks positive, 4 wins, 1 tie, and 2 losses. Oasis has the biggest distinction between these two teams, London winning 4 times and losing 10, while Boston has won 11 and lost 3 times. Finally, Dorado sees London running 6-4 and Boston running 3-5. Should we see Nepal, there is a slight advantage to London, who have a 7-5 record compared to Boston's 4-7. As for the team's individual stats this stage, we can see London averaging per game 4.84 kills and 5.64 deaths, giving them a team average kill-death ratio of -0.8. Boston, on the other hand, are averaging per game 4.8 kills and 6.67 deaths, giving them a team average kill-death ratio of -1.87. The history between these teams shows Boston winning twice, but on both occasions, London have taken them to a Game 5. In regard to their last 9 games, London have won 6, whereas Boston have won 4. In addition to that, Boston are currently on a 5-game losing streak. Externally, the impact of Krusty's departure from Boston as head coach has been painfully obvious to witness. It's very clear that Boston is struggling with this new meta as well. I think a combination of both of these elements is responsible for Boston's poor performance of late. At the same token though, London hasn't been blowing me away. These Spitfires haven't hit any Luftwaffes for a while. And that's a World War II reference for anyone who's unsure. Even though they had 2 wins last week, both series went to a Game 5. It seems like they're very comfortable on Nepal and they're pretty decent on Watchpoint Gibraltar, but they seem rusty everywhere else. I know I just flamed them, but I'm thinking this series will be pretty dominant from the Spitfire. Now the community is divided 50-50, and I'm the one that has to make a call, and I'm calling in favour of London quite positively 80-20. I said this last week, but the Boston hype train is over, people. They are simply not delivering the goods this stage. I believe London is in much better form, and even though the maps slightly favour Boston, I'm not expecting London Bridge to fall down. Our second series pits the San Francisco Shock against the Dallas Fuel. This will be Fliks' series to Overwatch. Now, I know Game 3 is going to be a damn good game, but the form that these two teams are in, and the fact that there's a lot of unpredictability, is the reason why I'm picking this as the series you need to see today. These teams will be fighting it out on Kings Row, Hanamura, Oasis, and Watchpoint Gibraltar. The map stats are very balanced. As you can see, the performance on King Row is 2-3 from the Shock and 2-5 to the Fuel. Hanamura has the Shock on a 4-2 record and the Fuel on a 4-5 record. Oasis is neck and neck, 7-4 for the Shock and 7-3 for the Fuel. And finally, Watchpoint Gibraltar, which is also neck and neck, 4-3 to the Shock and 5-3 to the Fuel. If we end up on Nepal, we can see the Shock on a record of 5-7 and the Fuel on a 2-7 record. Each team's stats for Stage 4 shows San Francisco averaging 6.43 kills and 5.68 deaths, giving them a team average kill-death ratio of 0.75, which is quite impressive because San Francisco have maintained the same kill average and have just decreased their deaths average. Now, Dallas are averaging per game 7.07 kills and 6.07 deaths, giving them a team average kill-death ratio of a very nice 1. In the past, San Francisco has walked away with 2 wins on the Fuel, while Dallas has 1 win under their belt. In their last 9 games, San Francisco has won 5 of their last 9, and the Fuel have won 3, making a bit of a comeback with back-to-back wins last week. Externally, both of these teams have recently picked up new coaches and they are both making their presence well known. The Shock are much more coherent with their plays and they are now creating more opportunity for themselves to get frags than they have in the past. Dallas, mate. Dallas is just a brand new team. I was apprehensive last week that the management might hinder their growth, but Coach Aero isn't having a bar of it, and he is making this team work. We are finally seeing the Dallas Fuel we wanted to see from day one. Mickey is taking Brigitte to a whole new level, to the point where teams just don't know what to do. And Taimu is back being that aimbot he is famously known for. But I can't undercut the efforts by the Shock, who have been crushing at this stage. Sinatra has been going huge, making excellent picks and racking up those KD averages. And then there's the cartographer of your nightmares, Architect. Do yourself a favor, everyone, and watch the highlights from the Shock last week, because Architect wasn't missing anything on Widow. He was an absolute beast. He very well could have been sniping better than Taimu, so their head-to-head Widow battle this week is going to be so intense and something to really look forward to. I've struggled so much to choose between these two teams. This is the hardest pick I've had to make because it's literally anyone's game. The caliber from the players on both of these teams is excellent and they're all on fire right now. The community is pretty sure of San Francisco calling 69-31, and I'm going to call 52-48 to the Shock. If the Fuel played like they did last week, then it's going to be such a close series, but if Architect gets the better of Taimu in the Widow battles early on, I'm thinking he might tilt, and if that damage from the Widow stops, then the Fuel could run out of gas. Excellent series to be looking out for either way, guys. The final series for the day sees the Philadelphia Fusion against the Los Angeles Gladiators. They will be facing off on Blizzard World, Horizon Lunar Colony, Lijiang Tower, and Dorado. Now this is another matchup where the map stats are quite balanced. We can see Philly with a 5-2 record on Blizzard World and the Gladiators undefeated 7-0. Horizon Lunar Colony, we can see a palindrome of numbers, 3-0-4 for Philly and 4-0-3 for the Gladiators. Both teams have had good success on Lijiang Tower, the Fusion winning 10 times and the Gladiators winning 8 times. And finally Dorado, where both teams have won 5 times, but Philly has lost twice to the Gladiators 4 times. If Nepal gets played, then we can see Philly tying it up 6-6 and the Gladiators looking very comfortable 9-1. The team stats for this stage read as so: Philly averaging 6.8 kills per game and 6.41 deaths per game, giving them a team average kill-death ratio of 0.39. The LA Gladiators are averaging per game 7.35 kills and 5.88 deaths, giving them a team average kill-death ratio of 1.47. It's been a pretty even contest between these two in the past, each team winning one game against the other. As for each team's last 9, Philly has won 5 of their last 9, whereas the Gladiators have won 7. Externally speaking, there's not too much to talk about. Both of these teams will play the day before, so it's going to be hard for both of them to prepare for both series so close to one another. But each of these teams are killing it right now. Philadelphia had a stumble last week against the Fuel, so it will be interesting to see how they're going to handle the Gladiators, who are in the best shape they've ever been in this entire series. Now, Fisher has said that he loves Fraggy's Reinhardt playstyle and would love to face off against him Rhine to Rhine. And Fraggy has responded saying, "Alright, bring it." I am paraphrasing that, but you get the idea. Now, I know Philly has been playing Sato and Hotba a lot because their synergy is incredible, but I think I speak for everyone when I say I would love to see that Rhine battle. Speaking of tanks though, this series will be a masterclass for any tank mains out there. All of the tanks are incredible on both sides, and to see what they do and how they play will be a real treat for everyone. This game is going to be mad fun to watch, and I'm expecting a Game 5. The community is narrowly backing Philly 53-47, but I'm going to go the other way, 55-45 to the Gladiators. Philly's performance last week against the Fuel really cast a shadow over their potential in this match. The Gladiators are a very strong team right now and are improving rapidly every week. I believe they are better at adapting to team comps, which I think will give them the edge in this matchup. I'm a Fusion fan, so I'm hoping I get proved wrong. Either way, we're in for a great series. And that's it, guys. So to quickly recap, Day 2, Fliks picks are the London Spitfire, the San Francisco Shock, and the Los Angeles Gladiators. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments how you think this magnificent day will play out. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Thanks again, guys. We've got 2 more days left to cover, so I hope to see you in the next video.
Go the 1-for-1, forces that self-destruct. It can't break line of sight though, but doesn't take the full damage from the blast. Backing away, of course, and remaining alive. And look at this Boston Uprising, but such a good round. They've been in control. Hargaput goes down to mistakes. It's going to be Jester to try and throw himself at this one, and now the Transcendence comes out. Boston makes sure they don't lose any players here and stay strong.